folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon. We are here in our expert parks, and today's challenge is Pacifica. This island is all yours to develop as an amusement park. We have to achieve a monthly ride income of $10,000, or excuse me, $8,000 from tickets. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have. So we're going to start off by pausing the game, take a look. It's a bumpy area, but we can figure it out, especially because we can build all out over in relatively flat areas and leave the hilly areas for other things. But let's see what we have ride-wise, because that's really going to determine how fast we can really approach this. Not a great selection of flat rides, but that's okay. Terrible selection of coasters. That's not okay. And terrible selection of thrill rides. At least we have a log flume. So we have a built-in moneymaker right there. We could probably make several $1,000s an hour just with that. But we're going to focus in right now on these rides. And we'll throw that on to max funding. Yay us. Taking a look here, we have wonton soup, we have fried seafood, soybean milk stall. I don't remember that one. And then we have those. Okay, not a big deal. I think we got this one, and hopefully much quicker than normal, but we'll see how life treats us here. I'm going to start off by getting rid of all of the pathing that we already have because I don't like it. So get rid of that. And then we're just going to delete all of that stuff. And we'll start back at the basics here. And I guess we'll do that for now. I know we have a lot more space and a lot more stuff to do, but if I can build some of this beginning stuff over water, that's what I'd opt to do. And then we'll go for it from there. Now, my intention here is we have this split going out this way, which will eventually make its way to an island, or to the island once we grow in here a little bit more. But it could also split the other way, so only this area will really be slammed with people, and we can kind of complete the loop there. Beyond that, though, we just need to get some of this stuff up and going, so we definitely need that, and I'm not going to kill these guys with expensive prices for everything else because we need them to spend money on ride tickets, not on the other shenanigans that we're going to be involved with here. So we're good with that. Let's see what we can do. We'll get some really basic flat rides in here. Okay, so it's really deep there. That's our only real problem that we have. Okay, we'll figure that problem out, but we know we can build at least a wooden coaster without really any concern. So we'll start off with that. Turn. We'll put our station in there. Actually going to put a block break back there. This one, can we have articulating? Yeah, baby. 10 cars. That's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. I didn't check out max loan or anything like that. Well, I guess we can look at that in a moment, but I don't think it's really going to influence what we're doing here. So if I do that, it's going to be too tall, so we'll just bring it back down to that one. Do that. And let's see, that brings us down in there. Okay. Go outside the park. Oh man, I thought I had designed that just a little better. Let's make this turn just a touch tighter. There we go. Let me just make sure. No, we can't turn around there either. Okay. So we're on the edge of the park itself right now, which is fine. So I'll do something like that. And then in theory, how close am I to the edge here? Can I even do an S-bend to the left? Oh, perfect. We're right on we're right where we need to be. I guess we're one off here. So what I can do is just bring that in a little tighter. Fantastic. Oh, the height's at 10 already? Okay. And I should see path heights. Yeah, we're okay there. And then we're just gonna do some of our little fun things here. We spent far too much money on this coaster, but we had to because of where we're at right now. And we just have to deal with like crazy high heights. So we're gonna put a block brake there. And then we'll throw in some regular brakes. It's not gonna be coming that fast in. And I'm off by 1. How did I get off by 1 there? I thought I designed that so it didn't do that. Okay. We'll fix that real fast. My bad. Oh, you know why? Because the park entrance is outside. Okay. I'm dumb. Apologize. All right. We'll do something like that, that to that, that to that. Boom. Let's get the lift hill speed going as fast as possible just to get this thing to whip around more quickly. Hold on, we're not going to do 3 trains. That's too much. Way too much. 2 trains sounds delightful. All right, so see how we do with that. We're going to call this Great White, I think, because it's white and it's in the water, which is weird, but it works. We'll have to paint some more on here just to match the theme a little better. Like, red doesn't make... Well, I guess the red could make sense. Oh yeah, this thing rips. These back little air... Like, that airtime hill is going to be wild. Okay. I mean, it does what I would want a coaster to do. It's a short ride. There we go. We can charge like $6 for that. And I just need to take a look at the timing. It does 51 seconds, so 25 would be the halfway point. So I can bring that down to like 22. Max wait time's gonna be like 20. That should give us more than enough time to clear that stuff out. We'll get our bridge going here. And there we go. There we go. Okay, that should be fine. We can now open the park itself up. Even though we do not have all of the things satisfied at all, it should work okay. We need to get some staff. And we have the world's tiniest park right now. But that's okay. We'll get there. We have a little more work to do. I'm flattening just this area out because I want to get some flat rides in there. And we're going to do just that right now. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 1. Boom. Boom. Fantastic. Go us. We have 3 guests in the park. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's a start. All right, got the circus. Just $1 for that. Again, I'm trying to make sure people stay long enough for us to be able to make some more money. These early rides don't really matter. They help us build out, but they don't really matter in the scheme of long-term success for this park. So we're not going to super worry about making sure we're making crazy money on all this stuff right now. We just want people to get happy and, more importantly, for people to get into the park. Once we have those things satisfied, then we can start doing some more fun stuff. Oh, we did get a rotor drop, which is a lovely addition to this park. And I can put it all the way out here. Heck yeah. All right, so that can... Oh, I can actually put it underneath that. I'm not going to, but that would be kind of fun. Okay, I think that should work. We'll test it. We can make $4 on that all day long. Not an expensive ride to build and maintain. These guys, I want them to be more of like a silver color with the tan seats and yellow restraints. And then this should be more of like a bluish color. Okay, we got that. We got that guy going. Fantastic. All right, we can open that bad boy up. Just wait for a full load, all of that. So we have all of the things satisfied for this. And I know I get in the Parkitect mode sometimes where you kind of just have to make sure you check the boxes of all the different types of things. But it does apply somewhat in Roller Coaster Tycoon as well. All right, I know I'm spending a lot of money that I don't have right now, but we will get it. It's a great way to look at finances, right? But no, it will happen for us. We just need to do a little bit more work here first, and then we can move forward. But I'm okay with some of the stuff we're doing right now. Just because it helps us get people into the park, which is the name of the game right now. It's all we're really focused on is trying to increase our overall, well, two things. Our capacity, one, but also we need to get just more butts in the seats. And the best way to do that is to provide additional attractions that they may enjoy. So that's what we're going to do. Butts in the seats and seats for the butts. I'm telling you, sometimes the more I talk, the more profound I get. I'm an idiot, just so you know. But yeah, we're moving through here. We have 90 guests in the park. Take a look at our ride ticket sales. We are finally in the positive end of things, but we're not doing so good. If I increase this a whole bunch, we got up to 20. So we got to be a little careful here. I am going to give advertising campaign for Great White. And I took out a $1,000 loan, so I'm going to do it for 5 weeks. And that gives us $3,000 to burn and see what we can do with. Now, I'll tell you what my plan is here. Over in this area, I want to make a log flume, have it go through just this little area, maybe underneath this, and just as long as it has a medium rating and crazy capacity, it will make us a ton of money. This guy right now is making us $1,700 an hour. Now, we need to do that in a month, which is obviously a little different timing, but we're making money, which is the important part here. You can see how insane it is to try to have this thing be 3 trains. Just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So we're going to keep going. We're going to make some money here, and once we've made more of the monies, then we can do some more fun stuff here. But road drop, lay down coaster, yeah, we'll need that. Not my favorite. I wish we had the flying coaster. It's just a superior ride than the flying coaster. But it is what it is, I guess, and we'll figure all of that out. But now we're starting to get more full trains. This buddy boy should be popping up. Yeah, now it's making $7,000 an hour. Heck yeah. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for. $400 an hour for 15 hour, $1,000 an hour, and $2,600 an hour. Heck yeah. And in this little park with 4 rides, we now have 400 plus guests, or excuse me, 200 plus guests, and we are finally starting to turn a profit. And ride ticket sales are, I don't know, a ninth of the way there. There's love every time a train of Great White loads up, we make what, $200, $300, something in that range. Because there are a total of 40 people on that. I'm charging $6. Yeah, 200. That's nice. So we're just going to let this keep rolling here. We're going to unselect roller coasters here soon. I just want to make sure we get something that, like mini roller coaster. No, that doesn't. doesn't move the needle for us at all. Doesn't help at all. I'm going to turn general rides on as well just because they could help. They'll help us at least build out capacity. We can get some more stuff back here. The pathway can continue. And we can also start making outshoots over here to do more stuff. How did the road drop already break? But this is what I want to see. This guy is full now. And this is making $12,000 an hour. We're over 2,000. Heck yeah. Just focused on paying back a little bit of loan right now because we need the money capacity to build more stuff. But we'll get there. Oh, and we have the River Rapids ride. That's awesome. That really helps out a ton. Like, those are big boy rides to have come in and help us out. So let's see here. Well, let me see if I can build like a tree or something in that spot. Okay, so that spot's good. So what I would like to have happen is I want the station to exist over here. So like in this spot right here is where I want the station to be. And I think it's too low. Yeah, it's lower than what that is, but that, I think that will be okay. Then we can have that turn. And I like that we have the trees as markers there. Okay. So now we got that. We can't go super tall right there because the water just gets too deep too quickly. That's okay. There we go. Again, I don't make log flumes that look like they'd be in real parks. Like, this is going to be a hot mess of a thing, and I'm okay with that. All right, so we'll do that. And I didn't even realize that we haven't had to really worry about money in this part of the ride construction yet. So that's a nice problem to have. I think we might throw an on-ride photo here. I know I want to let people hold on to their money, but I also need to make more. So we're going to temporarily increase our cost here. And then we're going to do all right, so that's going to come out there, and then we should be able to turn that in there like that. Oh, yeah. All right, and we already have 15 boats. Bring it up to 21. That sounds great. No minimum wait time or any of that. I'm not thrilled about that part of the setup, but that's good. Reverse freefall coaster is probably a really nice ride for this park, honestly, but it's an expensive ride. That's what my biggest problem with that one is, that it just costs a ton of money to run. All right, so this one's going to come across like that. There we go. Okay. All right, there's a method to my madness here. I didn't have to go down that long, but whatever. Oh, crap. Yeah, I need to find... Okay, let me... People have nowhere to buy food. So let's solve that problem very quickly here. And I want to make money, so I'm going to keep it there, but calling it real kind of low there. I don't know what the wonton soup, if that counts as a drink or not, so I'm going to buy the one that's very clearly labeled a drink. We'll get that going, and then this ride, or this line, should I say. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one. All right, let's see what we got as our rating for our log flume now that I got distracted too easily there. I apologize. Medium, yeah. See, we can charge $4 for that all day long. So we're gonna charge $3 for it. We should be able to make money, no problem. 2 minutes and 10 seconds, so 130 seconds divided by 21. I need to go get my calculator, and I'll be right back. All right, so we had 130 divided by 21 is going to be 6.1 seconds. So the maximum wait time is absolutely just going to be 6. Minimum wait time is going to be more like 3. Wait for a full boat. And what boats do we have? Okay, we still have some of the boats finishing their courses there. Okay. Finance-wise here, just taking a look, we made almost $3,000 last month in our rides alone. We didn't do anything different. Nothing changed on our ride schedule at all. So we are making a good bit of money here without really trying to do too much. Taking a look at our available coasters we have. All right, we have this guy now, but you see the cost. It's from $6,750. That's, if you take a look at this one, it's a really basic ride. I want to even turn the theming off. Really basic ride. That one costs around $3,000. Why is that? That one's around $4,000. All right, I think we might be able to build one of these. Can I get the... Yeah, I think I might be able to build one. So if I do that... Yeah, each track piece is $100, which really sucks. But yeah, look at our pathways got much less crowded with the addition of the log flume ride. We have a lot of people on it. So 80 people are on it right now. So we're just going to speed the game up here as we hopefully continue to rake in the cash. And what is this upward section called? 750. That's where the big cash is at. All right, we got a hyper coaster. All right, we need to stop with the coasters right now, especially because they're giving us stuff that I just don't want. We need some supporting cast. There we go. Okay, once we get 750, we can start building upwards. And each one of these sections is worth $100. My God. All right, I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I'm going to try it, and we shall see. Actually, let me flip these than what I normally do. All right, let's slow it down here. Test car 1, and we're going to get ready with the pause button if it says crashing at all. Nope, it doesn't. And that means we also, I think, can remove 2 of those. Let's find out. Again, with hands ready to pause. Nope, that looks like it's going to be good. Pretty happy with that. I don't know what we're going to call this thing. It doesn't really matter. See what we have our rating. Awesome. Has super low capacity, but that's fine. We're gonna charge $8 for it because if we take a look at this one, actually the other one's much more exciting and much longer, but what are you gonna do? All right, so let's go ahead and get that built there. Observation tower, excellent ride to have. All right, we can open that bad boy up. I'm just going to call it reverse free fall. I don't care. There we go. That one goes up to 175. So now that is the tallest thing in this park. All right. Sure. We'll test it just because we can. Guess we don't have any yellow lines really mixed in there too much, so. Towards the back here, we're going to throw on another restroom. I might actually throw on some food options back here as well. All right, finance-wise, let's see how we're doing. We're already halfway-ish to our goal. We'll be there soon. The rain kind of knocks some of that out at the end there. That's okay. Take a look. How long is the line for this thing? 3 minutes. Great. And we have, surprisingly, we have 2 coasters and a water ride with ridiculous capacity. I'm in love with what we've done so far. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing special. It's not all that creative, honestly, but it's just a good, complete set of rides. There's good gentle rides. There's one good thrill ride, but it's just a solid set of stuff in a pretty compact space. And I like how much they interweave together. Like everywhere we have something, they are kind of locked together. I kind of dig how that's set up. All right, we're done with the gentle rides for now as well because they all are sucking. And I don't like most of the ones we have, especially Space Rings. They're the worst flat ride in the entire game. I think they might be the worst ride in the entire game. They're just not that popular, and it's tough to get people on them, and I don't like them. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, so I'd like to build another coaster at some point. Maybe something that goes in through here. So maybe like a station over here. It lifts out this way and then does some curves and all that stuff. It's going to be a mini coaster if we do it. Because we have that, and it will fit and do all the things I just talked about. So let's see what we can actually get out of that. Nope. All right. And I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of dipsy doing around here. We're trying to increase the perceived value of all of our rides located in this area. Because as we kind of loop them together and stuff, they do get more exciting. So it increases what could be more dull rides into something much more fun. So now we're going to start making our way back. I think we're going here, then we'll turn through here, And then we'll end up in some type of helix or something. I don't know exactly. We'll find out. And we're over $5,000 now for our monthly take home here. So we did come up a little bit there just because I wanted to get out of the way in case we had to run into anything. It really didn't matter, but I wanted to give a little space if we needed to do anything else there, which we didn't. But I also wanted to have the ability to scrub off some speed if we needed to. Alright, so we're going to do that. I'm trying to... I don't know how I want to end this ride right now. So I'm probably going to do something boring and just line them up like this. So throw block brakes there. And then we can throw regular brakes. And that should do it for that ride, I think. So let's test it out and see what it does here. And how many trains do we have? 3 trains. 3 trains might be okay. Just really depends on how long it takes to go through the whole circuit. Yeah, we're probably going to lower this down to 2 trains, honestly. We'll see what comes of all this. I like this little intro here. Loops over that. That's fun. Then goes underneath of it. Then comes back up here and dives through there. I like the look of all this stuff. I'm going to see what it does here. So it's coming in a little faster than I'd like, honestly. The weight's not, I mean, it's not like what a real amusement park would be, but it's not terrible either. So let's see what this one comes in as, and then we'll make a determination if it's going to have 3 trains or 2 trains or whatever it needs to have here. Medium close to that with high intensity? I think we can get away with that real easy for like $4. And then we need to see what's the cycle time. So 68 seconds divided by 3 should be like 13-ish? No. 23-ish? 22.6. Okay. So maximum wait time in that. Minimum wait time of 15. Cool. Just got to build out our ways to be able to access the ride. All right, this thing has some capacity, so I'm going to build a longer line than normal. I need to name it something different. Ladybug's flight, sure, I don't care. Let's see, what are people saying about it? Because that's the important part. Nothing wild, but if we do some advertising for it, we can afford 6 weeks just about. There we go. Income-wise here, Yeah, we're up to 5,000 and we're making it through this month, and I think we're going to be well over that as well. The only bad thing about rides like this is that it takes that $4 means it's not being spent over here where it's $6 or not over here where it's $8. And if they're a person that wants to go on both of those style rides, it can be a problem. But hopefully we'll be all right. And this thing has crazy capacity, which again is one thing I'm really looking for in a park like this, where we need to be able to make a lot of income, is you need capacity for when you get a lot of people to have to be able to go somewhere. So a ride like this, being able to hold the number of people it holds here should be really good. Yeah, 72 people on it at one time. That's fantastic. It's going to chew through lines, and it's also going to make us a ton of cash for a ride that didn't cost all that much to make. So all these guys are making us good amounts of money. We pay some of that stuff. We got an Enterprise. Now we got a Twist coming our way. Heck yeah, let's go back to coasters. The only other wet ride that I would want to have is a splash boat ride. But we have the raft, not the rafts. Oh no, I looked at that and thought we had the River Rapids ride, but no, we don't. Okay, so I want those two if we had a chance, but who knows? So this area is going to be a problem for us, but that's okay. Also, don't get seafood at amusement parks. That's just a weird combination. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it at all. But I'm feeling much better where we're at financially here. We're 5/8 or 62.5% of the way through right now, and moving upwards quickly to 3/4. So hopefully we'll pass this month here with over 6,000. There it is, over 6,000. That's what we need it. So we just need to make another $2,000, and this ride was not really representative of that for the whole time. So we're doing our job here, and we're gonna figure out what the next coaster we're gonna build, or the next thing that we're gonna build here. I think a coaster in this area would make some sense, but there's no pathway out there, so we need to extend this pathway out first, I think, or we extend this pathway out and it comes up and eventually connects in with that, which I think makes a little bit more sense for where we are currently at. So we're going to take a look at our pathing. Go through, I'm just going to delete that one. I'm just going to go through this area. Bam. 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 Go up like so, sure. Alright, I'm just trying to map this out a little better here of where I want to be and go with all of this. It's like that's too much. It's not a good path. But like this could be okay. Alright, well, if I guess I remove all of this, we can stay at the 15 throughout all of this. There we go. Alright, we're going to put that in there. We still have a ton of work to do with this. We have to put in bathrooms, we have to put in info kiosks, we have to put in lots of stuff. Food. So let's start with our second info kiosk, which I'm surprised we don't have more, but that's cool. Our food choices can exist over there. there. All right, and now we're just going to add on this stuff. I know this is all delaying the point of where we're trying to go, but also need to do this stuff. We need to have places to build out new rides and to have all the things. So we just kind of got to sit tight for a sec and add on what is going to wind up being a pretty big addition to this park. Take a look at all the space that we've built in so far. This is a massive, massive change from what we previously had. We do need to hire some more handymen and significantly more. Well, we need to hire mechanics as well, and we're going to hire some more security guards, and we already hired a bunch more handymen. Okay, so now we can start looking at what we have to do here. We got a twist, which is it's essentially a general ride. So we're going to find a home for that. Is that at the right height? Yes, it is. All right, so let's real quick. I think it's one low. That's okay if it is. No, it's not. Okay. Stop with that flashing. And that's all I'm doing for that ride, because it's not all that popular of a ride, quite honestly. That's... So an Enterprise needs like that much space to fit in. So it's going to go right there. Go... One of the other things I want to do is start drawing people farther back into the park because it makes them stay longer. Now we can't build something there because that... Okay, hold on. No biggie. But if we can draw them to the back of the park, they tend to stay in the park and use up all of their money because they're eventually going to wander into something that they like. So if we can get that to happen, we'll be in much better shape. But coaster-wise, what do we just get? We got a Wooden Wild Mouse, which is a great ride on flat area. Like, maybe we clear something out there, but I don't see that one happening this time. I want a coaster that, a steel coaster that can do turns like that. We don't have one right now. So we're just going to kind of bide our time and hopefully get one of those sooner rather than later. And hopefully clear a whole bunch more money here real soon. Love hearing all the money dinging up there. That's what we're looking for. Corkscrew coaster. Okay. Not what I was asking for or looking for, but I can do stuff with it. Right now we have nothing that has loops in it. Not a single ride goes upside down. So a corkscrew coaster will be a really nice addition here to be able to give us some more options with all that. So I'm going to slow the game back down. I'm going to take out a little bit more loan. We're going to have to take out more loan, but that's fine. No. Let's go back and corkscrew. There it is. Okay. So we have a lot of space to start out with over here, which I love when that happens. So throw our block break. There, and that's going to come from up there, and I don't know how fast it's going to be going. That seems reasonable to me. 7 cars, I believe, is the max you can get on this one. So that's what we're going to do. And I know I'm completely screwing over what I said where we need to get rides in the back of the park. But this ride, I think, will be just fine where it's currently located at. So yeah, we're definitely going to take out more loan. All right. Yeah, I'm not doing any of the large stuff because that's not original Roller Coaster Tycoon at all. I may, once we make it to Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, we may go and allow those things to happen just because RCT 2 is kind of the reason why Open RCT is a thing and so much fun. Not feeling good about this design so far. I can't do anything. I feel like I made it too tall. All right, but we're going to do that. Then we'll throw on some brakes. Well, we'll get some more money and then we'll throw on some brakes. I'll do that. Ah, bummer. Let's go left then. Then I'm going to bring it back through here, back up and around, and we should be good to go. Let's go down to... Oh, we can't do that. Never mind. Okay, so we'll do that. Bring it a big turn out. I guess we'll just bring it up to 1, then back down. All right, I'm not confident that this design is going to work. Mainly that we're going to be going too fast through some of that stuff. So that's my main concern right now. We're only going to run 2 trains, I think. Just on rides that have longer lift hills, I like to give the mid-course brake run so that the next train can clear the station before the first train comes back in. While it's doing that, let's take a look here. And let's see how it does through this, because I'm really honestly not sure what it's going to do here. I think we're going way too fast for these loops. Oh yeah. All right, so luckily it's not a big deal to redesign all that. We just take away one of the heights. Then we go to the left. Then we can throw the quick or the Cobra roll in there. And I just need to make sure I'm in line here. Looks like I'm off by 1. Throw that in there. That like that. We'll make purposeful block breaks that I can go blow past if we need to. All right, so we'll do that. I don't think it's going to make it up that nicely. Block breaks. There. Bring this one down. Down again. And then going up, down. It should be able to go into that, I think, without any problems. Oh, we're still off. My God, help us. All right, let me bring this one back. How about that? Okay, so that's what we need it to be. All right, so now we should be able to pull that back. Do. All right, let's try that now. It's still fast, but it's much better speed. Corkscrews is going through at a very nice speed. You see how this guy's already clearing that lift hill. This guy still can go in, and we still can stop everything where we need to if we need to. I love it. We call it Sea Monster. It works for all the things. $6 all day long. And then the last thing we have is a little math. 107 divided by 2, because we only doing 2 trains, 53 seconds. And well, 53.5. So do a maximum wait time of 50. Minimum wait time is going to be more like 35. We can open that bad boy up. And then we just need to make sure we add the appropriate items for it. There we go. And we have our first person in line already. We're going to take out a little loany loan to advertise for that particular ride. What do we call it? Sea Monster? So we'll do it for 8 weeks. Go. And see how well we do here. I also think we need to juice up our guest numbers a little bit. Most of the lines are not looking full enough. I remember in Roller Coaster Tycoon originally, like when you really had stuff and had to do something like this where you needed this corner to exist, but this would confuse the crap out of peeps. You have to put a do not enter sign on this corner so that only people leaving that ride would exit it and everybody else would have to walk around there. There are certain spots on there that you just had to do that. It was the only option you had. And good times. I should also take a look and see. I haven't taken a look and seen what rides we've gotten at all since we got the Corkscrew Coaster. I kind of got a little fixated on that one. I apologize, but I really wanted to make something that did something more fun. All right, so... Ooh, yeah, baby. This is what I'm talking about. Twister Coaster, Giga Coaster. Oh, it's game once we get those in there. We're going to change all of that. We don't need any more coasters, quite honestly. Although Air Power Coaster is great because it cycles really quick and you can get monster lines for it and it doesn't matter. But I want thrill rides and general rides at this point. But Air Power Coaster, heck yeah. It's one of the... I never got a chance to go on one, which I'm still bummed about. I think there's only one in existence still. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think it is. Alright, you can see the immediate impact that we had with Sea Monster. We were at like sitting 6,000 pretty close, and then boom, we got Sea Monster in there, and we immediately saw an increase there. So we're going to be well on our way to the 8,000 here very quickly. I honestly probably could put an air-powered coaster in somewhere back here and be done with it, which we might wind up doing. Does answer my other calls earlier of trying to make stuff that, you know, actually gets people to the back of the park. So let's go through and build one. I really suck at building these though, because they're not like a normal ride to build at all. No, unfortunately, they don't have block brakes for this one either. All right, is that big enough? How many cars can we get on there? All right, 8 is the max. All right. How small can we go? All right, we figured that out. They got a few loans here. And then we'll throw on some brakes of the quickest variety. Come on, give me $100. And my thought here is that we can slow it down a little bit before this turn so it's not too intense, and then let it at some speed get back to the station so that we still can kind of benefit from the speed of the ride itself as far as cycle times go. All right, we need to go faster. Oh. There we go. There we go. Look at that thing. That's wild. All right. So we can charge like $10 for this thing. Very high, very high, high. Oh, that's fine. And then we just need to wait for full load, maximum wait time, set and forget, baby. There we go. All right. Let's open that bad boy up. That should draw plenty of people to the back of the park. How are we doing with this guy? 14? Heck yeah. You can see that we're doing our job there. And this thing's just going to be a money printing machine for us, hopefully, here. And we're just going to pay back some loan real fast to prepare for whatever we decide to do next. This is kind of cathartic, just zoom, zoom, zoom. Wait, boom, boom. Yep. Okay. So we're year 3 here. We're still motoring through stuff. That rain kind of is going to catch us a little off guard for some of this month, but at least we are making real progress with this ride. It is staying full now for all the launches. It's making $22,000 an hour. This bad boy is still making us our 15, and there we go. I didn't think we'd have it quite that fast, but we got it. We achieved that, and yeah, we did that all with just opening this one ride up. So folks, that's going to wrap us up here for today. But I want to thank you so much for joining me for another episode here at Roller Coaster Tycoon. I really enjoyed this one. A little bit different of a challenge. I kind of like ones like this. I wish the train was a little flatter, but that's part of the challenge. All right, folks, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.